Hey everybody, this is Jessica Sneha Gray. Over the past few weeks, some of you would know that I have been nominated to stand for the Bay of Plenty Region Council elections as councillor. I must admit this is a nerve-wracking experience for me because I quite like working in my shadows. But then until someone told me, actually, a lot of the work that councillors do are in the shadows. It's about navigating complex information, distilling them into simple facts, and not being afraid to make a decision. And I thought, hey, that's me. And if you know me, you know that I don't shy away from standing up for what I believe is my informed opinion. And you also know that I try to build bridges as much as possible. Life is too short for us to say, I'm not going to talk to her, I'm not going to talk to him. I remember this people sometimes feeling that they should walk away or they shouldn't listen to the other person's perspective because their perspective is the only thing that matters. And if not, I'm not listening, I'm walking away. I'm not one of those people. I will uh, provide an active listening ear to each and every one and then make an informed decision. And the other thing people have asked as well, what's your personal view about this, that, or the other thing? I believe, whether it's me or any leader in the public space, one of the things we must remember is that we might have personal views about preferring summer over spring or winter over autumn, as an example. But if the people we represent are leaning toward one thing, and that particular thing is what is going to move the community forward, I will be standing for that perspective when it comes to social cohesion and moving us better. But of course, keeping the majority is not always right. And in those instances, I will try to explain why, as councillors, we came up with a decision based on facts that at times is not, unfortunately, available for public consumption. Always with the view of human flourishing in the Bay and putting the plenty back into the Bay of Plenty, but also remembering that life is more than just numbers. It's more than dollars and cents. It's about how do those dollars and cents translate to creating human flourishing in this Whenua, in this Rohi that we all call home. Also, let's address the elephant in the room. There is polarization in this place. Heart of hearts, I'm a social scientist. I've got my doctorate in understanding how place influences people and people influence place. And I sit at the intersections. So I do not affiliate with any particular political party or any particular view. That's a great thing of having a philosopher as a scientist in the council. It is based on informed decisions that benefits the people is where my vote will go. I am not obligated to pleasing one person or another. I know there are people here that say, who are you? You look and sound different. So let's address this elephant in the room, shall we? This land has been occupied for about, say, 1,000 years, and we must value all the past of this land. But a new voice like mine that has been here maybe 40 years ish, say a few in decades, not centuries, is not here to extinguish the voices of the past, but it is to add to the melody, whether the melody comes from 700 years ago, 200 years ago, 100 years ago, or 20, 30, 10 years ago. We must all remember we are here to better our place, to better our people, so human flourishing is possible. The Eastern Bay of Plenty is one of the most deprived areas in the country, and we're also quite vast geographically. So we need somebody in the council who can understand the dynamics of the place. And you might ask me, well, what do you know? You don't look like you're from here. Let me tell you, the reason you don't know me is because I've been working in the shadows this past decade. And I've traveled from Tikaha to Opotki to the most remote rural areas of this place to talk to the people in this Benua, to ask them what matters to them. What are their troubles? What works for them? What doesn't? Now, I'm not saying my colleagues living in glass castles and big buildings in big cities is wrong. I like going and doing my research there too. But I find that true meaning is found when we can balance the two. And I have grassroots experience by traveling in the shadows. And this is me. This is my area of expertise. And if you want to know more, please feel free to get in touch. And I'm happy to have a corridor with you. And let's make this happen. Let's put the plenty back into the Bay of Plenty.